hit my hands. Nobody has ever hit my hands. I've never heard of this one. Look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee it.
A little flashback for you. Great moment in American democracy. Donald Trump implying that his penis is big, live on it. The only thing sadder than what you just saw is the fact that he's not even right, that he's lying. Also, it's sad that Marco Rubio is laughing along. They all failed to stop Donald Trump from becoming the nominee. You big jokes. But anyway, that introduced us to this ongoing, ever-evolving thing about the size of Donald Trump's package. Well, unfortunately for him, he decided to harass and legally intimidate Stormy Daniels for a number of years, which has led her to be very open about what he's actually like. And in the wake of what just happened legally, which is it being ruled that she has to pay Trump $300,000 over a failed defamation lawsuit, she is striking back. First by saying, I will go to jail before I pay a penny. She's saying, I'm not giving him the $300,000. She doesn't feel that she should have to. And she put out a statement which touched on a number of different things. You can see it right here. We're gonna dive into a couple of specific parts, including the beginning, which starts like this. In response to that ridiculous statement by Tiny, this was not a criminal case or ruling. This was also not about whether we had sex or not. This was simply about if he could tweet rude and false things about me. So I love that, like, the stakes are $300,000, but she just slips in the reference to him having a tiny little mushroom penis. Again, these are just allegations. It's in the public record. We're putting it out there. She's just reminding people of that. She goes on and says, and this is where it gets very serious. He cornered me as I was exiting a restroom and intimidated me into unprotected intercourse. However, it was not something I ever wanted to sue over. I never wanted to go forward with this defamation suit because I was afraid of the prejudice associated with my career as an adult film actress and director, and it turns out that I was correct. Avenatti, Michael Avenatti, who is in prison right now, I believe, filed the lawsuit without my permission and against my wishes. To be clear, Trump won yesterday on a technicality due to Avenatti's failure to file promptly. That technical ruling, although distressing, does not reflect on anything I have done or my credibility, but is a result of negligence of a criminal lawyer, Michael Avenatti, which, I mean, she certainly got some points there, and she feels like she had no interest in this going forward. So the idea that she would be on the hook for literally hundreds of thousands of dollars to a guy like Trump, who supposedly has billions, that is a particularly disgusting judicial outcome. What do you think, Brett?
Michael Avenatti is in home confinement for
home confinement. Apologies, not prison.
30 months. I think it was 30 months or something in prison, but he was there, and then they released him in home confinement, I think, because of COVID. Anyways,
haven't we all been in home confinement for 30 months? I feel like he's getting off pretty easy. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, but I love it. Anyways, I'm shocked that Trump, like, I won't believe it till I see it. So the only way I can understand whether he has a big wee-wee or not is for him to show it. Obviously, that's all I can. I mean, what else am I gonna go by? Right?
I mean, out of it, if it's gonna be a he said, she has proven far more credible.
Yep. I love that she, yes, there's a lot to sift through here, unfortunately. But yeah, she's saying that she's not gonna pay him until Avenatti, and she kind of is blaming Avenatti for being that person who coaxed her into it and mismanaged the whole thing. And now she's somehow responsible for it financially. That sucks. But I love how petty it is. It's fun. I love that if Trump's gonna get some ink, it's gonna be about this.
Yeah, that's true. Now, look, I will say, obviously this is a ridiculous story overall. It is consequential though. I mean, this is about a defamation lawsuit. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I think that Stormy Daniels is totally right about the way that this particular, like, he has been accused of a lot of bad things by a lot of women. Overall, I think that the media, like, there was coverage of it, but considering the severity of some of the accusations, how many they were over how long a period of time, it still doesn't feel like it got the level of attention that it should have. The fact that she was an adult film star and director definitely colored the coverage of that particular one in a lot of disgusting ways. And I think that she's very right about that. She goes on to say, it's a sad reality that in this country, a known and proven predator can openly brag about assaulting women and become president and be awarded money for his bad behavior. She refers in the statement to him talking about grabbing women by the P word and all of that. It is absolutely disgusting. And even in victory, he proves totally disgusting, saying, as I've stated many times throughout the years, I never had an affair with Stormy Daniels, nor would I have ever wanted to. That's so like.
Yes, you would have.
Like that is just such a disgusting way to frame this unlikely technical victory that he got. And he's done this so many times. When literally being accused by multiple women of sexual assault, his defense is they're too ugly for me to assault. It is so utterly disgusting. And the fact that so many people still look up to him just makes me sick to my stomach about the state of our country.
But it's not, I get it, John, because he's gorgeous. He's just like such a looker. You know what I mean? Like the way that the sun and him are the same color. And they're both fiery balls of gas. Though I wish both of them were millions of miles away.
I wish one or both would explode into a red giant. Honestly,
yeah.
I'm talking about the sun. Expand, consume the earth. We're not doing much with it anyway. Anyway, okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna read a couple of comments. Brett, do you have a preference on what we go on to next? Do you wanna just go on to the F block to close out the show?
Sure, I don't know. You tell me what you wanna do. Yes.
Should we do the G block?
You do, either one. John?
Let's save the F block for them tomorrow. Can we move on to the G block? I'm gonna read a couple comments this time for Craig. Craig's a great director, he'll be ready. I'm gonna give him a minute or two. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna read a few comments. A somewhere place said on Twitch, more like we are the cringe. So both of them picked up on that on the Marjorie Green thing. That's funny. Quasi Zeb says the Marjorie clip is played too often and ruins the overall video. I like the repetition for effect, but I agree. I think you could have cut out 2 of them.
Nope.
Probably. No,
I disagree. I like that final cut because listen, everybody forgets that you have to keep it simple and keep coming back to that.
Okay.
They established the cadence and they kept with it. Otherwise, you're not juxtaposing throughout.
Yeah. Anyway, Jamal G sent to a super chat to say Tucker always bitter. Yeah, well, that's what his audience wants. He knows what that's the skill. There's so many people whose only skill is the ability to know what an audience wants to hear, and a complete lack of a core, thus them being able to give it to them. Sophie Shipper sent to a super chat to say, I think it's premature to praise all of her accomplishments before Biden releases her LSATs. That's funny. Andrew says, Tucker, show me someone more fake than Booker going to get him a mirror. I mean, 100%. I actually meant to make that point, but I glossed over. You're 100% right. He literally proved it as he was there.